The Random Jottings of Hinge and Bracket with Dr. Evadne Hinge and Dame Hilda Bracket. With Jean Heywood as Maud and friends and neighbours at Stacked and Trestle in The Doll's House.
I am generous to a fault. I'd give anybody anything. Well, almost anybody, almost anything. I'm also frightfully impetuous. I sometimes find I've done things before I've realized I was doing them. Now, generous and impetuous people like me are especially vulnerable. We are as birdseed to the vultures of life. For example, last autumn, Lorna Dyrenforth inveigled me into parting with one of my most treasured possessions. Well, for a start, it took me a week to discover where I'd dumped the darn thing. But the upshot was that one Thursday morning, Evadne and I carried from its dusty hidey hole in the lumber room down into the autumnal sunshine of the drawing room, the doll's house of my childhood. Evadne, do be careful, dear. You're tipping it. And you're creating havoc in the butler's pantry.
Hilda, can we put this blessed thing down somewhere? It weighs a ton.
We'll put it on the oval table, dear. Why do you think Maud's covered it with old newspapers? It'll just about make it, I think. It doesn't matter if the corners protrude. Right. Lower away. Oh, steady, Andy. You're tipping it up again. Now... The cat in Nanny's room has fallen off the windowsill into
The pussycat in Nanny's room? God, I bet you were a horrible child.
Well, at least I didn't grow up into a horrible adult.
Right. There. Whew. The darn thing's down at last. I say, just look at the colour of my hands. That thing's filthy.
So would you be, dear, if you'd spent the last 20 years in the lumber room? Well, I mean, just look at you now, and you were only in there for 10 minutes. And all those cobwebs on your forehead or just new lines?
Where?
There, dear, look in the mirror.
Oh, they're just cobwebs. A bit of spit on my hanky will soon get them off.
Oh, I do so detest it when you do that. It's so unhygienic.
As a matter of fact, Hilda, saliva is extremely good for the complexion.
Then spit away, dear. Isn't it lovely to see the doll's house again? Do you know, I'd forgotten how gorgeous it was. It's perfection, isn't it?
It's too big.
It's only 5 foot high. It always seemed so very much taller when I was a child.
What did you do? Live in it?
Don't try to be sharp, dear, or one day you'll cut yourself in two. Oh, I say, just look at that, Evadne, in the kitchen. See the little sink? Now, if I just take that little tiny thread between my thumb and forefinger and... Are you watching me?
Yes, I'm watching.
Right. Then I give it a little pull. There, and the plug comes out.
Oh, I bet that kept you amused for hours.
And you know, if you put water into that tiny tank in the attic, all the taps work, and the lavatory flushes.
I say, does it really?
Thought that would interest you. It's amazing how your eyes light up when the conversation gets round to plumbing. Hand me that vase of flowers over there, would you, dear? Now take the flowers out. And I'll show you something.
There we are.
Now, I just fill the tank with water. So. I replace the lid. So. Now, Evadne, turn the kitchen tap on.
Very well.
There, see? Water flows into the sink. So we wash the little delft plates and we place them in the wooden plate rack to drain. Then we pull the plug out and the water runs away.
And where does it run to?
All over the floor, I'm afraid. I forgot to put the little reservoir under the little drain.
Well, I must say, that's jolly ingenious.
Yes, it is, isn't it? I suppose I did do the right thing offering this to Lorna.
Well, what does she want it for exactly?
I told you now, she's going to raffle it to raise money for the adventure playground. It'll be the star prize. And I shall be in the local paper, of course.
What on earth does Stacton want an adventure playground for?
For the little children, dear, so that they've got somewhere to play.
Hilda, there have been children in Stacton Trestle since before they wrote the Doomsday Book. I mean, why can't they play where they've always played? I mean, in the streets, in the fields, in the river.
What about on the railway line? Oh, you're so uncharitable, Evadne. No, I think it's a good idea. At least it'll keep the little brats out of the park.
Yes, I suppose you're right. It will mean we'll be able to stand and feed the ducks again without fear of being pushed in the pond. Well, I bet that doll's house will raise a fortune. I mean, it might be big and ostentatious, but it's beautifully made. I'll give you that.
Well, it's Victorian, dear. Of course, I had it much later. I think it had been Granny Fyffe's. I know that she made those needleworked samplers for the bedroom walls. That's why they're so depressing. I mean, just look at this one in the nursery. It's a hard winter when one wolf eats another.
And did she choose the wallpapers as well?
No, she didn't. Why?
Well, I think they're even more depressing. I mean, they're all such sickly colours for a start.
I chose the wallpaper.
Ah, that explains it. Your taste has remained remarkably consistent down the years, hasn't it? I mean, if I were asked to name the style, I think I would describe it as Goldilocks grotesque.
I suppose if that had been your doll's house, you'd have covered the walls in wattle and daub or dried droppings of some sort.
Something plain and simple, certainly.
Ah, but look, now just look into the music room. The little piano stool, its lid lifts up. And the grand piano, see? Its lid lifts up. The little candlesticks, they swivel, you know. And you can light those tiny candles, too. And see, on the music rack there, see? A minute but exact copy of a real song. You can read every word. Now, Toy Town, song from the review Bric-a-Brac. Words and music by Lionel Monkton. Copyright MCMXV.
What's that?
What's what, dear?
What's MCMXV?
It's the date the song was published.
And what date was it published?
I've just told you about the MCMXV.
Yes, well, what's that in Arabic?
How in heavens would I know? I don't speak Arabic.
In Arabic numerals, Hilda, the ordinary numbers we use every day.
Oh, those. Oh, those. Yes, well, let me see now. M is 1,000, isn't it?
Yes.
And C is 100.
That's right.
So MC is 1,100. And another M, so that's another 1,000. So that's 2,001. Oh, no. No, that can't be right, can it?
No, the C is before the second M, Hilda, so you subtract. So you have 1,900.
Ah, that's right, of course. And XV, 1905. What?
XV, Hilda.
Yes.
X is 10, dear.
Ah, 1915.
Brilliant. How lucky for the Roman legions they never had you reading milestones for them.
Yes. How lucky for them that they had you. Evadne, now, there's a life-size replica of that song, Toy Town, in your piano stool, dear. Fetch it out and let's sing it.
Just as you like. Here goes.
Now the children are all in bed. Hushed is each little curly head. All the toys have been put away. Games are done till another day. You might think that the toys were weary too all day long. They've had such a lot to do, that's where you're wrong. Don't make a noise, come right along to the town of toys. Toy Town, come for a minute to Toy Town. We are all in it, there's Jumping Jack and there's Bouncing Bill. Such a supple couple, they can't keep still. Oh dear, our prettiest faces with oh dear. Paint on our faces when midnight chimes. There'll be high old times in the tinkling town of toys. Toy Town, come for a minute to Toy Town. We are all in it, there's Jumping Jack and there's Bouncing Bill. Such a supple couple, they can't keep still. Oh dear, our prettiest faces with oh dear. Paint on our faces when midnight chimes. There'll be high old times in the tinkling town of toys. Lovely there. Oh, wonderful. Very good there.
It's all right, Dame Hilda. It's only me. I'm back with the shopping.
Ah, that's Maud.
Yes, back with the shopping.
We're in here, Maud, dear.
Oh, I see you got your doll's house down all right then, Dame Hilda. I got you your cleaning stuff. Mind that chemist in the high street didn't want to sell me no meths. I reckon he thought I were going to drink it.
Well, you shouldn't have gone out in that old hat, dear. It's absolutely essential these days, if one's trying to buy methylated spirits, that one looks one's most elegant. I never have any trouble. Mine, they won't let Evadne have it at any price.
Very funny. And did they sell you the linseed oil and the turpentine all right, Maud? Or did you think you were going to drink those as well?
I never asked him, Doctor. I helped myself to him at the DIY place.
You did pay for them, I hope.
It's the supermarket, Evadne.
As a matter of fact, I didn't pay for them. But when I were waiting in the chemist's, I remembered as I hadn't, so I went all the way back and I did. They said they wished there were more like me in the world.
God forbid.
Anyway, Maud, what do you think of my doll's house now that you can see it properly?
Oh, it's lovely, Dame Hilda. It's a proper lady's doll's house.
Oh, thank you.
It's just the sort of thing as I'd expect you to have had. My doll's house were only a bungalow. It were made out of an old boot box. But I left it out in the garden one day, and the goat ate it.
Didn't you ever get another one, dear?
No. Well, my dad never bought another pair of boots. Not till Auntie Edie's funeral, and I were 21 by then. We had a parsnip pulling party that day in the 5-acre field. And them new boots didn't half give Dad some jep.
The joys of a country childhood.
Mind, I never cared for dolls very much.
Nor me, dear, to tell you the truth. I much preferred dressing myself up.
My favourite thing when I were a girl were a little brown cow.
You don't get brown cows, Maud. No black ones. They're either red or blue. Now, I would have thought you'd have known that, being a country girl.
Well, my cow weren't a real cow, Doctor. And it were brown with yellow spots and an hat with a daisy on it.
Ah, she had you there, didn't she, Evadne? That'll teach you to be a clever dick.
Well, of course, technically it was still a red cow, Hilda, albeit with yellow spots.
It had wheels, and when I pulled it round behind me, its head nodded and its tail wagged and it mooed. Well, it mooed for a bit, till its moo fell out.
Couldn't you have put its moo back in there?
No, I couldn't, Dame Hilda. It fell out in the pond when I were teaching it how to drown. Oh, I loved that little brown cow. I still got it, you know.
You really must bring it up and show it to us.
Mind, Dame Hilda, I don't know how you can bring yourself to part with that doll's house of yours. If it were mine
Now, we all know what you'd do with it if it were yours, Maud. You'd leave it out in the garden and a goat would get it.
That'll do, dear. Now tell me, Maud, what would you do with it if it was yours?
Well, I'd not let anyone have it, that's what.
Yes, well, that's rather a negative attitude, isn't it?
It'd be like giving away a bit of myself.
What's wrong with that?
Evadne, no, Maud, I do see what you mean.
I wouldn't give my little brown cow away, not to anyone.
Not even to raise money for an adventure playground?
Not in your life. We didn't have no adventure playground in my day. If we wanted a bit of a change from feeding tadpoles, we'd go to the old quarry and spend an hour or two chucking rocks at the keep outside.
Happy days.
Well, I must say I'm in a bit of a quandary now. I really don't know what to do about that doll's house, Evadne.
Well, why don't you just tell Lorna Dillonforth that you've changed your mind?
Oh, I couldn't do that, dear. No, I know what I'll do. I'll see if I can buy another one the same.
Oh, you're not going to be able to find another one like that. Even if you could, it would cost you an absolute fortune.
Yes, I suppose it would. Well, I tell you one thing, Evadne. Lorna's not having it. I'd sooner they ditched the idea of an adventure playground and settled for renovating the keep outside at the old quarry. Well, I hate to admit it, but Evadne was right. We couldn't find a doll's house like mine anywhere. Unfortunately, I described it to Lorna in some detail, so it wasn't going to be easy fobbing her off. Then I had a brainwave. Why not make a doll's house ourselves? I mean, after all, we had mine to copy. Well, Evadne was in her element. She was as happy as a sandboy with a mouthful of panel pins and the spare hacksaw blade behind her left ear. By the time she'd finished, her bedroom floor was covered in sawdust. However, she said this was warmer than the lino anyway. In no time at all, that little house was standing proudly on the table in the drawing room, and we were both hard at it, completing and redecorating and furnishing. Those wallpapers really do look very like the ones in my doll's house, don't they, now?
Yes, don't they?
I had a terrible job finding something suitable, you know.
I bet you did.
And then I remembered that packet of assorted wrapping papers I bought last Christmas. From that poor man with the suitcase who was standing in the pouring rain outside the co-op, remember?
Oh, yes, I remember. 200 sheets for 10p, wasn't it?
Something like that, yes. And when I got it home, I discovered that only the top sheet was Christmassy. Well, that's some of it on those walls. Didn't I tell you, when you scoffed, that it would come in handy?
Yes, you did. Have you thought of a use yet for the other 150 sheets?
Not yet, but give me time.
Now, that's the brass bedstead finished. Where do you want it?
It's for the second bedroom, dear. Oh, I say. Oh, Evadne, that's lovely, dear. Whatever did you make it with?
Oh, it's just plastic drinking straws covered in gold paper.
Oh.
The same as the curtain rail in the library and the parrot's perch.
Oh.
By the way, Hilda, is the paint dry on that little chest of drawers there?
It is now, dear, but it wasn't the last time I touched it, which accounts for the smudgy finger mark on the top.
Oh, is that a finger mark? Do you know, I thought you'd done something rather clever. I'm sure people will think that's the patina of age.
Not my finger, they won't. They might have done had it been yours. So I shall repaint that bit.
Well, I must say, Hilda, you would never guess that so much of this furniture had been made out of matchboxes.
No, I suppose you wouldn't. Not unless you happen to notice that the sideboard is covered in bowls of unused matches. Well, what on earth are we going to do with all those matches?
Well, what I suggest, as soon as we've finished your doll's house, Hilda, you settle down to building a matchstick model of Rheims Cathedral.
Oh, Evadne, I say, Look who's coming up the drive. It's Peter and Mandy Moore.
What on earth do they want?
Lorna said that they'd offered to collect all the raffle prizes for her.
Oh, trust them to stick their noses in.
Well, they've got a shooting break, dear.
Well, with noses that long, they need one.
Though Lorna promised faithfully that they'd give us a ring first, the day after tomorrow. She said they'd give us a ring the day after tomorrow.
Oh, do stop repeating the day after tomorrow, Hilda. You sound like Vera Lynn.
Well, what are we going to do? We can't let them walk in here and see 2 dolls' houses, and one not ready. And that's the one we're going to give Lorna. And let's face it, it's not the best. It's jolly good, but it's not the best.
Now, don't worry, Hilda. When they knock, you go to the door and let them in, and then stall them for a bit. While you're doing that, I'll throw a cloth over your doll's house, and I'll hide the tools and the building materials.
Oh, that's them. Right, Evadne, I'm off. I'm coming. Why, hello, my dears. What brings you here? I thought you were going to ring me the day after tomorrow.
Yes, we were, Dame Hilda, weren't we, Dee?
We still are, P.
Well, we don't need to now, dear, do we?
Why don't we?
Well, we're here, aren't we? So what would be the point of ringing to say we were coming 2 days after we'd been?
Yes, but P, we've not come today for what we're going to be ringing about the day after tomorrow, have we?
Well, no, but as we're here, we may be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And then the day after tomorrow, we can arrange to do something else. That is, assuming that we've been able to do today what we were planning to do then.
Ah, now I'm with you.
I wish I were. Still, at least you've saved me having to stall you, so you may as well come straight in.
Oh, thanks awfully, Dame Hilda.
Yes, thank you.
Follow me, we're in the drawing room. Oh, Evadne, it's the Moores, dear.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
I do hope we're not disturbing you both, but we happen to be passing, and we've heard so much from Lorna about the doll's house that we just had to pop in and have a peep. Didn't we, P?
Well, not just to have a peep, Dee. We popped in to see if it would fit in the old jalopy, didn't we?
And to have a peep.
Well, yes, but not just to have a peep.
Well, no.
Well, whatever you came for, there it is. Mind, it's not finished
No,
yet.
the spring cleaning we've been giving it is not finished yet.
So you can't take it with you.
No.
Oh, P. Just look at it. Isn't it lovely?
I say, Dee, it jolly well is, isn't it?
Of course, it's not entirely Victorian, is it, Evadne?
Well, we're not entirely, Hilda. Oh, no.
No, it's been added to a bit, hasn't
From
it?
time to time.
Over the years.
But you can tell it's jolly old, can't you, Dee?
Oh, rather. They don't make them like that anymore. I mean, just look at those wallpapers, for one thing.
I say, yes. Patterns like that went out with the Ark.
And they're all so wonderfully faded.
Ah, yes, all those bygone summers in the little nursery with old Mr. Sun's merry face at the window.
What about all the wet Christmases and a suitcase outside the co-op?
There's two, Evadne, there's two. Metaphorically speaking. After all, a doll's house, like a real house, sees good and bad times, happy days, sad, comings and goings, ups and downs and whatnot. Well, doesn't it?
Oh, I suppose it does. Eventually.
Goodness gracious me, P. Just look at all the little tiny pieces of furniture. And they're all so exquisitely made.
Yes.
Just look at that little bedroom. The washstand. The chest of drawers. And what about that little brass bedstead?
Goodness me, Dee. That must have been fiddly work.
Oh, yeah.
Yet it was probably made by a gnarled old man with fingers like bananas.
As a matter of fact, it was made by a gnarled old woman with fingers like that. Wasn't it, Evadne?
Do you mean to say that you actually know who made all this?
Oh, yes, dear, yes. Every stick and straw of it. That's what makes it so Very personal, isn't it, Evadne?
Yes, isn't it, Hilda? Even I feel as though I've lived in it.
Well, I must say, Dame Hilda, I don't know how you can bring yourself to part with it, not even in a good cause. I bet you wouldn't, would you, Dee?
No, I wouldn't.
I knew you wouldn't.
Well, I bet you wouldn't either.
No, I certainly wouldn't.
There you are, then. Neither of us would.
Well, I'm glad we've thrashed that out.
Always pleasant to hear matrimonial accord.
Well, I'm going to buy lots and lots of raffle tickets, and I just jolly well hope I win that.
I'm going to buy lots and lots as well, Dee, because I jolly well hope you do too. And if I win it, you shall have it.
Oh, bless you, sweetie.
Now, we'll not delay the old spring cleaning any longer, Dame Hilda. No, don't get up. We can see ourselves out. We'll ring you the day after tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye, dear.
Goodbye.
Oh, Evadne, I do hope she doesn't win it.
Well, she might, mightn't she? I mean, even if she buys only one ticket, she might. She's just the sort that would.
Yes, she is, isn't she? And after all the work we've put into it. Oh, I'd hate to think of those two drooling over it. Do you know, it'd be worse than giving it to a child. No, I'm not going to do it.
You're not going to do what?
I'm not going to let Lorna have it.
So what are you going to do then?
I'll tell you, Evadne. We'll make another one.
Another one?
Well, why not? After all, now we've got the hang of it, it'll be child's play. And this time we really must try not to make it so beautiful. Who knows, we might even start a cottage industry.
The Random Jottings of Hinge and Bracket, with Dr. Evadne Hinge and Dame Hilda Bracket. With Jean Heywood as Maud and friends and neighbours at Stackton Trestle in Busy Line.
Ever since we've lived at the old manse, Evadne's mother, Maureen, has paid us an annual visit. But in recent years, her annual visits have been getting more frequent. Not that I mind, but Evadne doesn't like it, and Maud doesn't like it, and the cats aren't too keen either. And it is unfortunately true that whenever she's with us, something peculiar happens. One year it was petrol rationing. Another it was adders. But the last time Maureen was with us, we really did have a right old how-do-you-do. I say, Evadne, are you still out in the hall there?
Yes, I am, Hilda. Why?
Come into the drawing room for a minute, dear, wouldn't you?
Very well. Hilda, I do wish you wouldn't keep interrupting me. I'm in the middle of linseed oiling my walking stick.
Oh, you're not going for a walk, are you?
No, I'm not. But as soon as she comes down, I'm sending Mother out for one.
Why, is she feeling a bit liverish this morning?
If she isn't, she should be. She has done nothing but eat, drink, and sit about being waited on ever since she arrived here.
Well, I don't want you to think I'm taking her side against you, dear, but that was only last night.
Yes, well, this time I'm starting as I mean to go on. Now, what did you want me for?
Evadne, did you hear the phone ring just now?
Yes, why?
It happened again.
What happened again?
The same thing that happened before. The phone rang, I answered it, there was nobody there. That's the third time this morning.
Oh, it's probably some idiot who keeps dialing the wrong number, that's all.
Evadne, if it was an idiot dialing the wrong number, when I picked up the phone, I'd find an idiot on the other end of the line, wouldn't I? Well, I didn't. I found nobody 3 times. And anyway, if it was a wrong number, they'd say something. They'd say, sorry, wrong number.
Not necessarily. Not these days. Well, you know how rude people are. They probably realized as soon as they heard your voice that they'd got a wrong number and just put the phone down.
Well, they certainly didn't do that. Because if they had, I'd have heard the dialing tone, wouldn't I? And I didn't. And anyway, I didn't say anything. I just stood there listening.
sounded as though there was an idiot on both ends of the line.
Oh, I said something the first couple of times. I picked up the phone, and it went beep, 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 you know. And when the peeping stopped, I said hello, and I gave our number, and no one answered. So I said, who's there? And still nobody answered. So I said, well, I certainly haven't got time to stand here all day talking to you, and I put the phone down.
Well, no wonder they didn't say anything. They obviously couldn't get a word in edgewise.
I didn't rattle it off like that, Evadne. I left pauses.
Yeah.
Long, dramatic pauses. I was a thespian, you know.
But this time you didn't say anything at all.
No, I didn't. I'm not going to encourage them.
Hilda, you're not going to stop people dialing wrong numbers simply by refusing to speak to them when they get through.
Those calls were not wrong numbers, Evadne. Believe me, they were funny phone calls.
What do you mean, funny?
You know, no. Funny. Funny phone calls. Men make them to women.
But if they didn't say anything, how do you know it was a man?
Well, if it wasn't, it would be even funnier, wouldn't it?
You're quite certain he said nothing at all?
Positive, not a word.
Could you hear heavy breathing or anything?
No, not a sound.
Then they certainly weren't funny phone calls.
Well, they certainly weren't normal ones.
Hilda, if they'd been funny phone calls, whoever was making them would have said something, or you'd have heard heavy breathing. You would certainly have heard something.
Perhaps I'm getting even funnier phone calls than most.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. Though, quite frankly, it's difficult to imagine what pleasure a caller might be getting from paying 10p a time just to hear you recite the telephone number. And as you have now decided to deny him even that dubious pleasure, that should be the end of it. No, you mark my words, it's a series of wrong numbers, or possibly there's something wrong with the phone.
Well, there doesn't sound very much wrong with that, does there?
At least the bell's working, and I'm answering it this time.
That should see them off.
Hello? Beep, beep. Oh. Hello? Hello? Is there anybody there? Oh, dear. Hello? No, nothing. Well, it's quite obviously something wrong with it.
Did you get the peeping sound?
Yes, I did.
And did it suddenly stop?
Yes.
Then there's somebody there, isn't there? In a phone box. I tell you, Evadne, it's funny phone calls. And now you're getting them as well.
You talk such nonsense.
Hooey, Gerald, mother's down. You can put the coffee on, Maud.
Maud's out shopping, Mother. And we've had our coffee, but if you feel like a walk to the cafe, there's a walking stick in the hall stand.
That's right, Evadne. Make her feel really welcome.
Oh, so you're in here, are you, girls? And what time do you have your 11s nowadays, then?
Well, it's usually at 11, isn't it, Evadne?
Usually, but it was more convenient today to have them at 10:30.
And I suppose it was even more convenient not to let me know you were having them.
Evadne, I thought you said your mother didn't drink coffee in the mornings anymore.
Well, it seems that I don't, but it's not for want of trying. Now, if you've no objection to me using one of your cups and saucers, Mona, I'll pop into the kitchen and make myself a cup.
You can't.
Don't tell me you've taken the plug off the percolator.
No, we've no coffee. Not until Maud gets back.
Would you like a cup of tea, dear? What are you shaking your head for, Evadne?
Oh, forget it. I'll wait until lunch, assuming I'm to be offered some lunch.
I tell you what, Maureen, why don't we have a little glass of sherry? And it's no good shaking your head, Evadne, because I saw you hiding a full bottle at the back of the sideboard. So fetch it out, dear, and pour us all a nice pre-prandial drink.
Oh, very well. But I might point out, Hilda, that properly speaking, a pre-prandial drink is one taken before dinner, not before lunch.
Well, it is before dinner, isn't it?
Especially if we're getting no lunch.
we're getting no dinner either.
You two are the only people I know who get silly before you've even touched a drop.
It's just as well we do, seeing how long it takes to get a drop.
Here you are.
Thank you, dear. So graciously served. Well, isn't this nice? All together again. Incidentally, Maureen, have you ever had funny phone calls?
Oh, not again.
Well, I've had Mona call me occasionally. Usually the day after my birthday to apologize for having forgotten it. Mind, the only funny thing about her calls is that she always reverses the charges.
Perhaps you didn't live in Mexico. I wouldn't have to.
Perhaps if you made a note of my birthday, you could send me a card, which would be cheaper for me and less embarrassing for you.
But have you ever had proper funny phone calls?
Is there any such thing?
Well, you know, when men ring you up and don't say anything.
No, I can't say I've had that.
Mind, Evadne seems to think they should say something.
And she'd know, of course.
Mother, the fact is quite simply there appears to be something wrong with the telephone. There is someone in the call box somewhere trying to get through. But obviously there is a fault. Now, whether at our end or their end, we don't know.
Well, you can very soon find out if it's yours, can't you? All you'd do is to give someone a ring and ask them to ring you back.
I tell you what, I'll ring Naomi Mellinger. She's quite sensible.
You know, Mona, I really don't know what you would do without your old mother to help and advise you.
Well, whatever I'd do, I'd have half a bottle more of Jaye to do it with, wouldn't I? Do help yourself.
Why, thank you.
Shh. Naomi's answering. Naomi, it's Hilda Brackett. Now I'm going to put the phone down. No, dear, you haven't offended me. I just want to know if my phone's working. Yes, I know I'm speaking to you, Naomi, but I want to know if you can speak to me. Yes, I know you are, dear. But I mean after I put my phone down. Well, I'll pick it up again, won't I? When you ring, that's right, yes. So if you just ring me back. Thank you so much. Good heavens, that woman is an idiot.
She's going to call you straight back, is she?
Yes, she is, dear.
Well, where is she then?
She's at home.
I know that. I mean, why isn't she calling us back?
Oh, give her a chance, Evadne. She's got to dial the number, hasn't she?
295. How long's that going to take her?
Well, I don't know. I've never watched her.
Well, it certainly shouldn't take her this long. She has got your number, has she?
Yes, I'm sure she has. Well, pretty sure. Anyway, she's got a phone book, I suppose.
Just how reliable is this woman?
She's got a memory like a sieve, and she's very easily distracted. She's not reliable at all.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I tell you what. I'll walk down to the call box in the village and give you a ring from there. At least you know that I'm reliable.
What a good idea. Oh, and Mother.
What?
There's a walking stick on the hall stand.
Well, you needn't think I'm taking that novelly old thing with me. What do you want me to look like, Harry Lauder? Well, goodbye, Gerald. I'll see you later.
Yes, thank you, Maureen. See you later, dear.
Have a nice walk, Mother. Don't hurry back. Oh, and by the way, you can buy another bottle of sherry while you're out.
Evadne, you really are too bad. If I'd been your mother, I'd have drowned you long ago. Now, what shall we do while we're waiting? Oh, I know. Let's sing a song.
Very well. What do you want to sing?
Oh, just take whatever's on top of the piano stool, dear. What have you got there?
Oh, it's some song called Whoop-de-Oodle-Doo from the Cabaret Girl.
Oh, George Grossmith. Oh, lovely. Now, it's very nice if it's played properly. See what you can do with it. Well, that was a bit shameless, wasn't it?
Especially the way you sang it.
Ah, that's what's called throwing everything into it, dear. It's what made me a star. I never held anything back. It's probably Maud. Maud? is that you, dear?
Yes, it's me, Dame Hilda. I'm back. I hear you've trouble with your phone, Dame Hilda.
Oh, so you bumped into the doctor's mother while you were out, did you?
Met her in the lane, I did. She'd have cut me dead had I not accidentally shoved me shopping trolley between her legs. That slowed her down a bit.
You didn't hurt her, I hope, Maud.
Why, no, Doctor. Mind, I'd willingly have gone to that phone box and rung you myself. 'Cause, you know, I practically lived in that phone box at one time when I were a girl.
Why? Wouldn't they let you in at home?
Of course they would, Doctor. But we could have more fun in the phone box. Do you know, there was one Saturday night we got 15 of us kids in that phone box. It was the night they had the fire up at the big house.
The fire? Oh, I didn't know they'd ever had a fire at the big house. Did you, Hilda?
Well, only that 1 bar electric in the lounge.
Oh, well, they didn't have a fire. They only thought they had one. 'Cause we phoned them and told them they had. We was always telling people they had fires, but them at the big house was daft enough to believe us. When called the brigade out, they did. And guess who got blamed? Us kids. We was told that if we was ever seen again near that phone box on the green, we'd not be allowed to take the pig out, Acorn and Michaelmas.
And that was the end of the simple, carefree days of childhood, was it, Maud?
No, 'tweren't. We used the phone box in the parlour after that. We've had 17 of us in that one afore now.
Oh, at last. Now, I expect that's Mother. I'll get it. Hello? Oh. Hello? Hello? Mother? Hello? No, nothing at all. Just the same as before. What did I tell you, Hilda? There is something wrong with that phone. Mother simply can't get through.
It's all right, Gerald. It's only Mother back.
I say, she's getting around, isn't she? It's half a mile to that phone box, Evadne. So either that wasn't her on the phone, or that isn't her in the hall. Or she's become an extremely gifted and powerful ventriloquist.
Perhaps you got a lift back, Dame Hilda.
What on, dear? A magic carpet?
A broomstick would be more likely.
I'm so sorry you've been standing around so long waiting for me to call, Gerald. But when I got to the call box, there was some wretched man in it. As far as I know, he's still there. So, I decided I'd walk up to the box in the parlour. And as I had to pass the door, I thought I might as well drop in and let you know what I was doing.
You say there was a man in the box there? What sort of man?
A very garrulous one, and a very rude one. You should have seen the gesture he made when I hammered on the door.
He didn't have a little ginger moustache and piggy pink eyes, did he?
Well, he had a moustache. I do know that, Hilda. But I don't recall the piggy pink eyes. Mind, he only briefly turned his face my way, just long enough to stick his tongue out at me.
You know who that is, Evadne? It's that funny man who's moved into that cottage overlooking the quarry. The one I told you about, who suddenly popped his head over his hedge and stuck his tongue out at me.
Yes, I rather gathered that was because you were being nosy and trying to peer into his front window, Hilda.
Well, I didn't know he was there, did I? There was certainly no need to be quite so rude. And what was he doing behind his hedge?
My Arthur reckons as that man's a snurge. Not only that, he reckons as he stole all his pea sticks off the allotments and all.
Maud, will you kindly stop butting in with your silly stories? Why don't you go to the kitchen and get on with something, preferably lunch?
Now, just a minute, madam. You're a visitor in this house, and I'll thank you to behave like one.
And you're a servant in it, and I'll thank you to know your place.
Hilda, do you happen to know where my earplugs are?
Now, don't you start, Evadne. Maureen, Maud, we really must try and be nicer to each other. After all, we've all got to live together, haven't we?
No, we haven't. She could go home.
If anyone's to go home, it should be you. You've not so far to go.
Well, at least I'm useful when I'm here.
And that's a matter of opinion.
Well, I mustn't say, Mother. You and Maud really do amaze me. There is poor Hilda worried sick and deeply upset by these funny phone calls she's been receiving, and there you two stand. There you stand, squabbling like fishwives on a quay and doing nothing whatever to help. I don't understand you. I really do not.
Evadne, are you all right, dear?
Yes, I'm fine. Why do you ask?
Well, because the last time you stood up for me, you were sickening for Hong Kong flu.
I'm sorry, Hilda. I had no idea that these calls were upsetting you so.
Oh, here we go again.
Now, calm down, everyone. Calm down. I'll get it. Hello? Hello? Who is that? Oh. I know there's someone there, and whoever you are, will you please stop pestering us? We are sick and tired of your silly pranks. Well, you're going to stop that for a start.
What was it, Evadne?
That was heavy breathing.
There you are. There you are. See, what did I tell you? We are getting funny phone calls. Well, I am, but you keep taking them for me.
And that was definitely from one of the call boxes in the village. I could hear the church clock chiming in the background. It's the first time it's been right this year.
You're quite the little Sherlock Holmes, aren't you, Mona?
Well, she knew the Baskervilles before they had the hound.
I had an uncle who was a detective. He used to let me hold his bloodhound while he were in the pub.
I never expected to hear myself say this, Maud, but I think you can be a help to us. And you too, Mother.
Are you sure you feel all right, Evadne? You sound to me as if you might be running a bit of a temperature here.
Hilda, we need to mount a watch on these two call boxes, so I suggest that Mother takes one and Maud the other.
I'm game.
And me.
Good. Now, what you've got to do is, you see, take a pencil and paper with you, and you make a note of everyone who uses those boxes and the precise times at which calls are made. Got that? Yeah. Then, at the end of the day, you see, we will compare your list of calls made with our list of calls received, and that way we should be able at least to point a finger.
Right then. I'm off. I'll take the box of the green. It's bound to turn out to be the man with the piggy pink eyes. And when it does, I'll be only too happy to return his rude gesture with knobs on. Come along, Maud. We've no time for shilly-shally.
I'm coming. I'm just waiting for you. I say, Dame Hilda, we do see life, don't we?
We certainly do, Maud. Well, bye-bye, dears. We'll see you later. You know, Evadne, those two really do have hearts of gold. It's a shame they give one such a headache.
Just look at them, Hilda, scuttling off down the drive. What a pair. Miss Marple and the Pink Panther.
Oh, good heavens, Evadne. And they haven't got to the phone boxes yet. Well, I wonder if I can keep them on the line for a while. Perhaps my Tokyo Rose routine still works. Hello? This is Hilda Brackett. I've been expecting you to call. And I think I know who you are. Oh, are you? Was it? Is it? Did you? What do you mean, playing the goat? Thank you. Good night. That was the operator, Evadne.
Oh, was it?
Apparently there's been a fault on our line.
Oh.
Several people have reported it. And it's now been put right.
Oh.
She says she phoned before. Just now.
Oh, yes, she did.
Well, if that was your idea of a joke, Evadne, I must say it was in pretty poor taste. Now I suppose I'm going to have to get the car out and run round to the telephone boxes.
What for?
Well, to tell Maud and Maureen that the panic's over and to bring them back, of course.
You really think you should?
Evadne, have you played a dirty trick?
Well, I don't know about dirty, Hilda. Just a little underhanded, perhaps. But I thought that while they were out enjoying themselves sleuthing, we might make ourselves a nice light luncheon and then have a quiet afternoon out in the garden.
I must say that does sound rather attractive, Evadne.
Well, come on, then.
Just a minute, dear. There's one thing I'd better do first.
What's that?
Take the phone off the hook.